Nervous system regulation is such a scam in the self-help and mental health industry, and I explain you why. Once you learn from some teacher that you have to regulate your nervous system, you add an additional fear that whenever you have stress, your nervous system is out of balance and now you have to do something to regulate it. What happens then is you will develop a checking compulsion, which means you will check throughout the day how your nervous system is, which will teach your brain to give you more worries about your nervous system, more thoughts that, no, you cannot have this stress, and then you have this reaction. Watch it. This will often turn into a checking compulsion, which means you will check throughout the day the status of your nervous system. A checking compulsion will teach your brain that you love checking, because with your focus, you show throughout the day that whenever stress comes up, you're like, no. Okay, I have to regulate my nervous system. Your brain's like, oh, you love engaging with this, because your brain only cares about what you're engaging with your focus. So your brain's like, oh, here's more thoughts to worry about your nervous system. Now watch this. It is your reaction to those emotions then that creates more mental health problem. The emotions come up, you're like, no, this can cause my nervous system. The fear that no. This no reaction, when people, for example, have panic attacks and they have that reaction, they create more panic attacks because it's the opposite of acceptance. Now, instead of having the reaction of no, you have to change that to, yes, I can have this emotion. This is great. I get to practice emotional fitness, and I focus with my focus now on the valued actions. Paradoxically, the acceptance of whatever is there and moving forward with your valued actions will automatically regulate, so to say, your nervous system because you're leaving it alone. And then the intelligence of your body is going to take care of it because you have an attitude of acceptance to it. You are not interfering with the intelligence of your body. This is what I explained in the other video, what you already doing when you eat a strawberry or when you eat anything. You don't go inside of your body to tell your digestive system what to do because you would hurt yourself. You trust the intelligence of your body, your digestive system, to take care of the strawberry and bring it to the perfect cells to support it. Now, this doesn't mean that if you work in an abusive workplace that you shouldn't remove yourself from that situation, because that's an unnatural situation where, yes, you will have stress that you could avoid. But in general, if any stress comes up and you have the reaction of no, you actually create more stress. And you don't train emotional fitness, you train reactivity and you train emotional weakness because you don't practice being a space for the emotion, which is the acceptance. Think of it like a space for weights in the gym. If you don't train with weights, you don't get stronger. If you don't train acceptance with emotions while moving forward with your valued actions, you don't get stronger. I teach all of this with tools in my emotional fitness book in the link in my bio. Now let me give you one last example. See, I'm giving you even more value if you have the attention span to watch this video. There was an experiment which Mark Freeman told me once about. Of 100 people, 50 people were brought into a room where they were taught how detrimental stress is for their body and their psyche. They were basically brainwashed in that room how bad stress is for their body. Another 50 people were brought into the room after. The other 50 went out, new 50 came in, and they were taught how valuable and how positive stressors are for their body and their psyche. That they build emotional fitness, stressors in the body, for example, when you do weight training or running, you get stronger, you create basically more durability. Afterwards, and this is crazy, listen to this, both groups were put through a stressor test, a psychologically, I think, and physical test. The group who was taught that stress is bad was tested afterwards, after they were put through the stressor test, their vitals and everything, and they had all the negative vitals that stress bring. The group that was taught that stress is good for them and they had the attitude, oh, this is good for me, had positive vitals in their body. If you change your attitude to stress, that this is good for me, you build less negative effects. You have to understand how fucking crazy that is. So what I would love for you to do, to just have a different attitude to stress, which is, this is good for me. Now, don't think this in black or white. Like I said, I don't want you to put yourself into abusive relationships or abusive situations. But general in life, there will always be stressors. And when emotions come up, instead of being like, no, be like, yes, I want to practice now emotional fitness by having this emotion and moving forward with valued actions. This acceptance attitude, paradoxically, is regulating your nervous system. Not only that, but you're creating emotional fitness, which means, like in the gym, when you're able at some point to push 200 pounds, the 20 pounds anxiety will be so small to you. But right now, it's so big to you because you're constantly reactive. If you really want to go deep into this, get my emotional fitness book in the link in my bio. There's even animations in it so you visually understand how the brain works better, and there's tools to build emotional fitness.